Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Canada Truth Channel, where Canada, the illusion of freedom and system of control is exposed. Today's video, more deliberate deception and fraud, this time from our de facto Prime Minister during his first official act, right in front of the whole world. Deliberate deception and fraud. Let's go. Here we have
the Prime Minister designate will please come forward to be sworn in.
Prime Minister being sworn in.
Priez de s'avancer pour prêter serment. Mr. Mark Carney, Mr. Mark Carney.
The unelected Prime Minister being sworn in.
Moi, Mark Carney, je jure fidélité et sincère allégeance à Sa Majesté le Roi Charles III, Roi du Canada, à ses héritiers et successeurs. I, Mark Carney, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors.
So, our unelected de facto Prime Minister, once again, ladies and gentlemen, swears allegiance to the King of England. Not the people of Canada, not the Constitution of Canada or the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, but to a foreign monarch who has no legal or lawful authority of and over Canada, or lawful executive government, which our new de facto Prime Minister is part of. So his first order of business was in front of the whole world to put on this gigantic show to mimic Donald Trump signing executive orders. A Prime Minister in Canada has no authority to sign an executive order. There's no such thing. What there is in Canada, it's called an order in council, and an order in council is not lawfully signed by a Prime Minister, only a Governor General. So this entire fiasco is deliberate deception and fraud and a show, all completely unnecessary and all blown out of proportion as to what really happened. Now, rather than saying immediately I'm going to reduce the cost of the consumer carbon tax to zero, he didn't say that. He said he's getting rid of it through an order. Well, that's not what actually happens. Let's take another look
during
at
the leadership campaign.
De facto
we will
Prime
be
Minister
eliminating the Canada fuel charge, the consumer fuel charge, immediately, and we will be ensuring that those Canadians who have received rebates will continue to receive a rebate in the next quarter. The next payment is before the end of April. This will make a difference to hard-pressed Canadians, but it is part of a much bigger set of measures that this government is taking to ensure that we fight against climate change, that our companies are competitive, and the country moves forward. So it's my honor, on behalf of my colleagues, to sign this order.
So there you have it. This happened moments ago. Marina von Stackelberg joins us now live in Ottawa. So Marina, let's kind of peel back a little bit and talk about, we know that this was promised, but it happened today. And tell us more about it.
Yeah, it happened very fast. Mark Carney, when speaking with reporters earlier today, hinted that this could be coming immediately, essentially as quickly as he could do it, and that's what we in fact saw. So right after being appointed, the new prime minister, he met with his cabinet. It's interesting, too, to see Mark Carney in there with his cabinet. That's kind of a unique thing. Normally, the press, people are not allowed into that cabinet room when they're in their meeting. And so the fact that media were brought in there to see Mark Carney sign that is a significant sort of marker and a significant strategy there from the Liberal government.
They brought the media in for this big show. And it's all a show. It's just absolutely stunning. So not only CBC, but all of the mainstream media in Canada claimed Mark Carney eliminated the consumer carbon tax through an order in council. Lots of them repeated the exact same talking points. It was eliminated through an order in council. However, most of them have now been forced to do corrections because that is inaccurate and it is deliberate deception and fraud. As if the legal department at the CBC did not know that a prime minister cannot sign an order in council. These media outlets have battalions of lawyers, okay? So all deliberate deception and fraud. The first correction that I found, kudos to Discover Airdrie. An update. Here is the document that the de facto prime minister actually signed in this big media fiasco. And let's take a closer look. I hereby instruct the fuel charge be removed as of April 1st, 2025, and that the April 2025 Canada Carbon Rebate be issued. This is a meaningless, void in law show. It has no force or effect. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And once again, the correction. In an earlier version of the story, Discover Airdrie wrote that the Prime Minister Mark Carney signed an order in council on Friday to eliminate the federal consumer carbon tax. Carney signed what is known as a decision note, which directs the change. The order in council was published on Saturday. So that's actually true. And if we look at the Governor General website, one of their constitutional duties is signing into effect official documents such as orders in council. And if we look, on the 25th, the order in council was actually signed by the Governor General. It was posted in the Canada Gazette. And here's what it actually says. Her Excellency, the Governor General and Council, on recommendation of the Minister of Finance, makes the annexed regulations amending Schedule 2 to the Greenhouse Gas Pollution Pricing Act and the fuel charge regulations under Sections 166 and 168 of the Greenhouse Gas Pollution Pricing Act. Legalese. So this is what it actually did. It didn't eliminate anything. It reduced the charges down to zero. Now, rather than saying we're going to reduce the charges to zero for consumers, no. They had to put on this big, deliberately deceptive fiasco of a show between the federal government and their paid-for Ministry of Propaganda, which is all of the mainstream media here in Canada. So this is what actually happened. Nothing was eliminated. The prices were reduced down to zero. Only an act of Parliament can repeal an act or parts of an act. Okay? So we know we do not have an active Parliament. It's been prorogued by our former de facto prime minister. So nothing can be eliminated. This order in council did nothing more than reduce the rates. Now, this leaves the door wide open for those rates to be reinstituted at any time by any government. Nothing was repealed, nothing was eliminated. The rates were reduced to zero, and that's it. So, this big fiasco is nothing but a show intended to deceive you. I'll be covering this topic in my next video, so stay tuned for that regarding psychological operations. But this is a perfect segue into that next video because this is a perfect example of a psychological operation. This whole Canada First business and this show, unprecedented media access to the cabinet meeting where the de facto prime minister was to sign an order in council. All just nonsense. So this is what they do. Expect more and more, and stay tuned for the next video. As always, the links will be provided, and I encourage everyone to do your own research, develop your own level of knowledge and understanding, and then share that knowledge and understanding with someone else. It's up to you and I to save the country. No one is coming to save us. It is a systemic problem that requires all of our attention. Thanks for watching.